What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jam from JS here, and broadcasting to you from my secret underwater submarine that I am hiding in until the other me disappears, which hopefully should be soon. But it's not all bad down here. I got my cat poster, we got Jenga. It's going to be a good time when we got Jenga. It's nice to watch the fish, but I'm getting a little bit lonely just hiding out here, so I'm hoping that I can go home soon. But big news today, Motorola, or was it yesterday? I don't know. I gotta check my Twitter feed. I don't remember. Sometime in this past week, Motorola unveiled a new image for a phone they're coming out with, and guys, it looks like a P20 Pro had intercourse with an iPhone X, and it had a horribly deformed baby. I mean, it's not a good-looking phone. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm just so sick of the iClones, By now, we've got 3 Attack of the iClones movies coming out, It's not good, and I don't like it, Obviously, it looks like a good phone, It looks like it's got some nice design language, but it's just another iClone, It looks like the iPhone 10 and the P20 Pro. Motorola didn't do anything original here, and I was really hoping they would. Now, I didn't know that they were going to come out with a new phone, but when they came out with whatever new phone they're going to do, I was hoping that they would stick to their originality, Look at the Moto Z line, look at the Moto G line, look at the Moto E line. They all look different. Motorola took a different direction, and it was so good, like the Moto Z line, modular. They stuck with it for 3 generations, They didn't copy Apple like everybody else. They didn't copy Samsung. But let's face it, a lot of people copied Samsung after the Galaxy S8, but they didn't directly copy anybody. They were their own identity, and now they've copied 2 manufacturers in one go. It's sad to see that, the oldest phone company on the planet, the company that made the first cell phone, is now gone from being one of the most original companies on the planet, thinking of new ideas left and right, to now being a copy bot. Essentially they're just copying everything. Ever since Lenovo bought them, they haven't exactly been doing the best, which I can't blame them. It's hard to be owned by another company. It's hard to it's hard for Lenovo to keep that Motorola idea alive. So it doesn't sit right with me. I miss their originality. But let me tell you something. If Samsung notches one of their phones, I swear, I swear, someone's gonna get hurt. I'm gonna take my submarine. All the way to Korea. We're gonna have us a fight. Anyway, in other news, Google did the same thing and put a huge saggy notch. It sags way down, even more than that of the Oukitel U18. You saw my video on that phone. That one had a saggy notch. We got another one. We got another saggy notch. It's just, why? I get that Apple had a good idea with the notch. I personally love the notch. I have an iPhone 10. I love it. It's very innovative with that they had to put the sensor somewhere. And well, the Vivo Nex, whatever, is it the Nexus? I think it's the Nexus. I can't remember. And the Oppo Find X. Those two had really cool ideas. It's also, they couldn't do a whole lot with that, that can break. So Apple, I think, had the best of both worlds, putting the sensors in there and making an almost bezel-less display. But that doesn't mean everyone should copy them. Look at Samsung. Samsung has gotten off really well. Look at the Note 9. Other than the camera setup, which I think is a little bit ugly, it's a beautiful phone. And they got away, or I shouldn't say got away, I should say they got, to a point where they don't have to use, they don't have to copy Apple. They just did their own thing, which I'm happy with. Am I a huge Samsung fan? No, but they have their own identity and they're sticking to it. They're not going to copy Apple. They're also not going to remove the Bixby button, no matter how much we beg, but that's neither here nor there. So why everyone else, like Motorola and LG and now, Huawei, and I kind of said those out of order. I should have said it. Huawei, LG, Motorola, Google, everyone's copying Apple. Everybody who mocked Apple for the notch, everybody who mocked the decisions Apple made are now mocking them. Those hypocrites. I don't care that much that, they might take a few design things from here or there. Apple didn't invent everything, but when you're such a hypocrite, when you make fun of the notch, when you make fun of the removing a headphone jack, and then you go ahead and do it anyway, that's so hypocritical. Why would you do that? Why can't you have your own brand identity? Last year was an awesome year for phones. We got the Galaxy S8. It had its own identity. The Pixels had their own identity, and they had a screen burn-in. LG had its own identity. Everybody, they were coming out with these blockbuster phones. Even HTC with the U11 had a good phone. But this year, the U12, it's an okay phone. It's not great. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but everybody is copying Apple with the notch, because guess what? It worked. And it's not all that bad when you copy something that works, or you do something that works. Heck, even Steve Jobs, had that quote from Picasso saying, good artists, copy, great artists steal, and I've been relentless about stealing ideas, or I can't remember exactly. That's about how it goes. Steve Jobs, he would steal from other people, but he would make it his own. They would make it their own. You can take an idea and copy it, but you have to make it your own. You can't just, oh, we got the notch, let's just put it on there. You have to make something your own. And I've seen companies that can do their own thing with, look at Xiaomi. Xiaomi doesn't notch their phones. They were the first company to do this whole bezel-less display thing, and their phones turn out terrific. They do their own thing. Samsung, bezel-less display, do their own thing, turns out terrific. Everybody else seems to copy Apple just to get that brand type. Now, even everyone, even LG doesn't need to do this. LG could just do what they did on the V20, and I would have loved it, but no, they had to notch their phone. Why? You don't see BlackBerry put notches on their phones, though I assume that they probably will in the near future, seeing as everyone's doing it. Now, Huawei did notch a couple of their phones, but I think Huawei did it pretty good, because on the P20 Pro, it may have a notch, which they copied Apple, but it was its own thing. It was so much its own thing, with the third camera in the, I think it had an in-glass fingerprint sensor. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. I think it did. A lot of phones like that, like the Vivo Nex S, the Oppo R11, they found their own identity, whereas companies like Motorola and LG and Google are taking what Apple had, a good idea, putting it in another body, changing it up a little bit and calling it good. That's unacceptable. I didn't want this whole video to run this long because it takes forever in the editing booth to get all this done, so I'm going to wrap up my thoughts here. My submarine's taking on a little water, so I'm going to have to clean that out real quick. Dump the water back in the ocean. We're not trying to lower the... Actually, I might keep it because we're trying to lower the sea levels, right? Anyway, I got to get going. We got to pilot the submarine. I'm thinking about going to Hawaii right now, so I'm going to drive my... I'm going to drive my submarine over to Korea and give Samsung a good handshake for being original. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. It took a little longer to put out than usual because there's a little bit more editing, but thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.